Welcome back to the Random Word Generator podcast, where we talk about random things generated by our imagination. I'm Todd.
And I'm Chester.
And we're joined here by the one and only Tim.
Thanks, guys. It's been a lifelong dream of mine to be on this podcast.
Yeah, it's been a lifelong dream of ours to have you on this podcast as well.
It's been a couple days long dream of mine to have you on the podcast.
I appreciate that. I think honesty is great.
Ever since the podcast came into my mind, I've wanted to have you on the show.
Thank you.
True.
Yes.
Diversity card, I know. Mexican. You got to check those boxes.
Well, I mean, we had to
glad to be here
had to
anyway.
get the woman, and we had to get the non-white person.
Yeah. No, I'm happy to be the token Mexican whenever you want.
Cool.
Sweet.
Quesadillas on me whenever.
Let's go.
Actually, that's what we were talking about with the girls the last episode.
Yeah.
Well, it's cultural appropriation, but...
Ooh.
That's fine.
Hopefully YouTube doesn't shut us down for that. Any other Mexican person advice for us?
Well, when you go to a Mexican restaurant, don't speak Spanish.
Why?
Just be as white as possible.
What if your way of being white is speaking Spanish in the most white way
Yeah,
possible?
but then you're just going to get made fun of. Like hardcore.
Right. So if you're thinking I go into Chipotle, right? The most Mexican restaurant.
No, I wasn't thinking that at all, but continue.
So I'm walking into the Chipotle and they're like, "Hi, what can I get you?" And it's also a white person behind there, and I'm like, "Hey, can I get chorizo burrito with
you say
queso
that
and
do
guacamole?"
Not say por favor. If you say por favor, you're gonna die by a cartel.
Okay, gotcha.
El
okay.
burrito.
Yeah, just say, "Can I have a burrito, please and thank you." No gracias, no por favor.
Okay.
We look down on those kinds.
What
of
if you
people.
say no?
Gotcha.
Because that's like inter between both.
Just
Yeah.
don't put an accent on it.
Just say none.
Just say no.
No.
Not no.
No.
You know?
Do you want guacamole? None.
None, thank you. That's an extra charge.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it is. Gotta save the money.
Thanks, Biden. Sorry, is this an political podcast?
Oh, it wasn't, but
until-
you brought it in.
No.
You
I think
brought
he's
it in.
totally
Who's
great.
Biden?
He's fine. Inflation of 50% is what we all want. Thank
Anyway, thanks for Vice President Joe Biden. Anyways, so
I actually have a valid question.
you. Yeah.
Why did you have an empty box of pizza just sitting in your freezer?
Oh, it's
Completely
also
empty.
smushed too.
that was
That was-
definitely me last
that was
episode.
Todd last episode because he was
I wanted
angered.
to see if you had any popsicles. You did not. You had an empty box.
My wife stocked
Oh,
my
it's the
fridge
wife?
for me,
It's a
and
wife.
then I took it out and I forgot to throw the box away. So pretty riveting story. But it does have 30 grams of protein. That's why.
That's what I was
That's what I'm
saying.
talking
Yeah,
about. The carton
7
or
grams
the food?
7 grams
carton's probably got a
net
few
carbs.
grams.
I would say.
And gluten free. That's a big thing.
So thanks guys for joining, having me on. This
Absolutely.
was a great podcast.
Yeah, wow. Okay. Wow. Trying to just get out of here as soon as possible.
See how it is.
Drop-
No,
Dropping
but I
some
did kind
politics.
of random word. Pets.
Pets. Yes.
Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts.
Oh, well,
Share, please.
Yeah.
go ahead.
So pet owners in this country alone spend $206 billion per year on their pets.
Is that a fact?
Wow.
Yeah.
You
and-
really have done your research on
Yeah,
this.
and I
Clearly.
think that is $206 billion of waste.
Right, when
That
it could
could-
be going to like guns and military and stuff.
It
I
could
would
be
agree.
going straight to saving kids. All of the kids that are dying around the world and being hungry and thirsty, but we are spending money to keep our pets alive.
But you know, Slay King.
Yeah. So I mean, if you have pets out there, I hate you. It's a strong word,
okay.
but if you do have pets, you're part of the problem.
My dog is not a pet. It's definitely a nuisance.
If you're raising it for meat, great, good.
Okay, yeah. I actually have a Chinese grandmother who I don't know if I should say that.
I don't think you do though.
Go away, Becca.
Go way back.
Is your sister?
Now they're Garrity.
Yeah.
I have a question for him real quick though.
Oh, question for Pastor Tim for the podcast.
Oh wow!
Question.
Guest feature.
Guest feature for the guest
is it like
feature.
actually in a podcast? Are we talking?
Yes,
Yeah,
we are
yeah,
in a
yeah.
podcast. Welcome to the podcast, Becca.
Welcome to
What's
the
your
podcast,
question?
Becca. Do you
Ask
have
your
a
I
question
have
you'd
a
like to
question
ask?
about taxes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely.
we'd love to hear.
Is it the Turo stuff?
Yeah, I don't know how to file it. I was just like.
I I didn't do any in 2021, so I don't know how to do that yet. I haven't figured it out.
How did you do Airbnb?
They just have it makes it pretty easy on Airbnb. And Turo, it says on there, so I don't know.
I know. I asked for one. They were like, "Heck no." So I just left them to dust. Is this actually still recording?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
100%. You're on a
I'm
podcast.
sorry.
Welcome to the podcast.
Well,
Goodbye.
Don't ever
Okay.
ask me questions about taxes. Have fun.
It's okay.
Yep.
Bye, Becca.
But
So-
anyway, pet owners are killing and ruining this country.
Mm.
And I feel very strongly about that. And, you know,
That's all,
sometimes
that's all.
when people come on this podcast, there's a lot of exaggeration, hyperbole, but I
I
mean
would
For
this
say,
to
for
my
sure.
very core that if you have a pet,
So I would say this is our first.
you
serious
should
podcast.
be donating that money that's keeping that animal alive to keeping a starving children.
Okay,
person
so you
alive.
bring up children, which is an interesting point
Yeah.
because they're basically the same thing.
Mhm.
And it's just more money down the drain.
Yeah,
for
except
children.
for my son could cure cancer someday. And could
Who's to
your
say?
schnauzer.
Yeah,
I
who's
was
to
gonna
say my
say
dog
someday.
couldn't do
Maybe
that?
the dog
Or
can.
his
We just don't
parakeet.
know.
Sorry, I am.
His parakeet.
We don't know that they can't.
Okay,
communicate
okay.
If
yet.
you, if
I definitely
you need
feel
a
like
pet,
there's some bias here.
If you have companions, if you need a companion, if you weren't able to have kids in life, then have a dog.
Maybe like a
Have that
lizard
be
or something.
Your kid.
Just make them
Okay.
That's
forage
fine.
themselves.
That's
they need to
completely
forage
fine.
themselves.
If you need friends,
Uh-huh.
then have pets. But otherwise, it's superfluous.
So okay. I love that word.
Mhm.
Superfluous.
Superfluous. What does it mean?
So like what about like a lizard or something easy to
How about a mouse? Because
Maintain.
mice, frick,
Mice are the
food
worst.
for most things. But to keep them as a pet and feed them,
Sounds
that
pointless
sounds
to me.
pretty sacrilegious.
to feed a mouse,
Yeah.
I think they're rodents and pests.
Yeah, they
should
definitely are.
be-
Rats are better to have.
They
as
should
pets.
be eliminated.
Definitely.
Well,
Are
rats
you
definitely killed like a third
Out
of the
of
population
your
during the Black Plague,
ever-loving
but yeah,
mind.
True, true,
Slay
true.
King.
Indeed.
Indeed. Indeed.
Do you? No judgment here, but judgment. Do you guys have pets?
Like I said, I do have a dog, but he's definitely not
For
a
food.
pet. It's yes.
Like
well,
if there was an apocalypse tomorrow
I would.
and
I
your
would.
food supplies ran out at your house, would you guys kill your dog and eat it?
I would kill the dog and eat it before we run out of food. I hate the dog that I have now.
Why do you hate it?
Well, first of all, it costs money.
Mm-hmm.
It gets hair everywhere.
Yeah.
So
I
annoying.
spent the night at Todd's house, and I woke up the next morning with a new fur coat.
I wouldn't spend the night at Todd's house. If
I will not again.
If I ever see
Until I eat the dog.
That's true. Then I'll be fine. And then you have to clean all the hair off.
Yeah.
Chester, what about you? You got dogs? You got animals?
I don't have a dog. I don't have a cat. But I do have some fresh meat. And
He's got 2 parakeets and they're the worst.
I got 2 parakeets that scream their heads off
They're
all
so
day.
loud all
They're
the
Okay,
time.
so
so
what's
old.
the point? I ask every pet owner this.
I-
What is the point?
I honestly don't know.
I don't know
stopped
either.
caring
I don't
about
know either.
these 2 birds.
Well, bring it back to when you got it. Why? Why did you get the parakeets?
Well, the birds were a gift to us from an old friend who couldn't take care of them. So obviously, my mother is a very kind-hearted soul,
Very sweet.
and she wanted to take the birds
I
in,
met your
give
mom.
them a
She's
good
great.
home.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you understand.
Chester's mom, shout out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Live
Yep.
strong.
She will.
Amen.
Amen. But then we also I have no clue why we had 2 guinea pigs. One died. They don't know the reason why it died, but I sure do.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Mystery on our
You
hands.
killed the guinea
It
pig?
just had cancer.
Whoa.
You gave the guinea pig cancer
I did give it a couple mints one day.
to ride off into the sunset.
It was happy for a couple of hours, I'll say that.
Let's hope your
We have another-
dear sweet mother doesn't hear
My
this.
sweet mother won't hear this.
Okay.
Wait. What mints did you give this guinea pig?
So you know Beaver Street Brewery. Actually, no, you know Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A gives out mints. So I crushed it all up and put it in his food.
Oh no. Did you intentionally poison your guinea pig?
You knew that mints kill guinea pigs? No.
I researched it. I
Whoa.
researched the fastest way to...
No way.
you
Did you
not.
really? And your parents do not know about this.
They were wondering why the bowl was so sticky.
Oh my gosh.
That's step one to becoming a serial killer is killing animals.
And I would know. I look like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Experimenting.
My brother helped me.
Your brother.
Oh my gosh.
Your oldest brother?
Talk about
I
a
am
crime
the
family.
oldest.
Yeah,
What?
the second oldest to
Yeah,
you.
that one.
Wow.
And then all the others.
So I don't get why people do have pets because they always just complain about them.
Yeah. Maybe that is the point. We are talking about them, aren't we? Maybe that's the point.
I just
a
wanted to say
conversation
rest
topic.
in peace to my guinea pig. Great pet. I felt so bad when he died.
Unexpectedly, randomly.
Unexpectedly.
From cancer.
From cancer. Grew so fast. Rest in peace.
But it was a misery. It was like a mercy killing. You knew it was going to die.
Yes. I wanted to go out happily.
Oh, gotcha.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could
serial
say
killers
that.
don't do that.
Yeah,
No,
no.
they don't.
Not that part of it.
Nope.
Well, they might.
They
I
would.
can't believe that you typed in Google, what kills guinea pigs fastest?
Probably incognito mode, huh?
And it said...
It was
it
definitely incognito mode.
It said Chick-fil-A mints is what it said.
No, it just said peppermint. And so I figured Chick-fil-A, there was some peppermint in those mints.
I mean,
Okay, but did
how
it,
else?
suffer?
I would hope not. There's some, it's
Here's
sugar.
something that I would say that's
It's
controversial.
a guinea pig. Who cares?
Here's
Sugar.
something that I would say that's controversial is I hope it did suffer. I really do hope it did suffer. I hope you had to watch it suffer.
I didn't watch it suffer.
You just
So
left.
so you hope
I
he
was
suffered
down
at
in
its
Phoenix
suffering.
for the day
Gotcha.
with my home slice.
I have actually offered this service to many pet owners,
Mints?
just to make them go away.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
For $0. For $0.
cool. I actually
Well,
funny enough.
I would
If you
do
have
it any way you would like it done, and film it and put it on the internet.
dude.
Okay, filming and putting it on the
Actually,
internet. I don't know about that.
I would
but,
put it on. No, I wouldn't put it on the internet.
I don't know. But my dog needs some serious.
Cyanide, arsenic.
I like the poison aspect. I was thinking just.
Here's the thing, though, that most pet owners know this, but I think we forget about it sometimes. Antifreeze, it's pretty sweet.
Do you just pour it on them?
No, you get them to lick it because it's sweet.
I will say chocolate doesn't work. It just makes your life a whole lot harder.
Yeah, they just spurt everywhere out the back end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely spend a couple
I grew up
nights
thinking
outdoors.
chocolate would kill them, but nope.
No.
Only experiments, they all failed.
Yeah. Well, now you're a master and
at least
an
you
expert.
know.
So.
At least you know now.
Yeah.
206 billion.
200.
That's a lot of dollars.
It is.
That's a lot of sense too.
Could you?
Put toward education for
You could have put it
slightly
towards
smarter pets?
There are people out there that don't have built-in companionship, and I think get yourself a pet.
Agreed.
But everyone else, I think they are for sport and for food.
Sport.
I like that. I like that. I will say I have always wanted a chameleon, but I think those are pretty expensive and kind of pointless. Like
What's the
like
deal
they're
with that?
so cool, but like after a while they do just sit there and do nothing.
They just bake in the sun.
When you
Yeah.
guys get your own places and stuff, are you gonna have pets? No judgment.
I feel like you will though.
No, I just want to know.
I'm gonna
who
say probably
dealing
not.
with.
I would say it would depend on my lovely bride.
Want to make her happy?
I do.
That's
and
cool.
if making her happy is having a cat or some, then, you know, I'll suffer through the hair.
Honestly, I was a dog person rather than a cat person before I got a dog. And then I realized dogs are the worst, and cats are usually super chill.
I mean, like Winnie the Bish and Ferguson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep.
If they have a personality, that's fine.
Yeah.
I will say though, if I was ever gonna have a pet, it would be a German Shepherd,
Okay. Yeah.
just for like an attack dog. Because like World War II, they literally fed Japanese to them.
Fed Japanese
yeah,
to
to
them.
sustain them,
Wow.
and I'm okay with that. That's great.
Yeah,
That's
that's
insane.
That's fair. Yeah. Like German shepherds can do stuff for you,
Mm-hmm.
like retrieve.
Why
stuff.
specifically Japanese?
That's
That's
I mean, I
where
guess
they were fighting.
I guess
Oh.
yeah. They were gonna feed their own soldiers,
That,
Yeah.
I mean, that would be inclusive. And
counterintuitive.
but I would go for German Shepherd, a blacked out, like a murdered out German Shepherd,
Oh,
black
for
eyes,
sure.
black
Right.
everything. You know, like
Right.
you can't see it in the dark, and it'll just.
Right.
rip you over.
I like that.
Even black tea.
But I
Okay.
wouldn't spend any money on it. It would have to scavenge. That's the thing.
Makes sense.
And that would make it even more tougher.
What about your small children who could possibly
They'd ride
become
that
victims of this scavenging?
They'd
That's
tame
the
it
point.
themselves.
They would know. They
Okay.
would. Hudson would ride it like a stallion.
He would.
Gotcha,
I would.
okay.
Yep, I could see that 110%.
I feel like
our
and he would
desserts.
chase Parker around,
Yeah, Parker
on
would
it.
be toast.
terrified. Yeah.
Parker doesn't have that temperament.
Oh well, you know
He's a poodle guy.
they're not all winners.
But some are losers.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
pet owners in particular.
Agreed.
Yep. Well,
Well-
this has been a great episode. And,
Can
thanks
I
for
shout
coming.
out?
Absolutely.
I would like to thank Squarespace for sponsoring this podcast.
I'm sorry.
If you can dream it, we can build it. Squarespace.
Thank you, Squarespace.
And Audible,
I do.
Casper mattress, Purple,
I do want to say the only.
BetterHelp.
ExpressVPN.
I do want to say the only podcast or the only sponsor for this podcast is our imagination and nothing
not true.
else.
I'm gonna give you $1 for this podcast.
No way!
I was gonna save that till the end, but I think this is the end.
We're gonna frame this dollar, and we are going to put up in our studio.
Our first
$1.
Wow.
We're gonna put it up in the studio.
It's only worth about 65 cents. Thank you, Biden.
Okay, thank you, Tim, for coming on the podcast. We really loved your input on Mexicans and Mexican food,
Yeah, if
pets,
you've got a second, I'd
and-
love to talk about Biden and inflation.
and Vice President Joe Biden. We will see you later and catch you on the flippy flop.
Biden's meat puppet.
Zap.